Here we are today, actually in our kitchen. It's still January, we're still eating healthy, but today we're deciding to break all the rules by making a decadent dessert, some chocolate tahini brownies. They're vegetarian, they're vegan, they're dairy-free, they're gluten-free. The only thing they're not free of is flavor. I am not a baker. Those who know me well know that I am terrible at baking. But this recipe, which is adapted from a Bon Appetit David Leibovitz recipe, I'm able to do in my sleep. The one thing I can say about this recipe is to use quality ingredients. Use really good chocolate and make sure to use really good cocoa powder. It will make a huge difference in the end. Right, Doug?
Sure does.
Will it make it extra chocolatey and decadent?
It will. I love that. I actually hate having these chocolate chips around because all I want to do is snack on them all day.
Well, this is the end of them. This is it. There's no more after this.
Good.
What I'm going to do to start the recipe is I'm going to heat my coconut oil and my chocolate. Doug noticed that I wasn't really measuring, so I'll just keep a few for snacks. And my tahini. Please be careful when melting this. You do not want it to scorch. I've learned my lesson to keep an eye on it because you do not want it to burn because your brownies will taste burnt. Now that this is melted, I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to let it cool just a little bit because I don't want to cook my eggs because that's our next part of the recipe. 2 eggs, room temperature. I'm going to crack them into my mixer, the mixer that was missing from work because of course I brought it home to use because our daughter likes to bake. Doesn't she, Doug?
She does.
So,
it's kind of scary because she likes to do it when we're not home too.
That's true. She does. 2 eggs. I've got white sugar and brown sugar. In it goes. And I'm basically going to whip this at high for about 3 to 4 minutes. You really want it to get like doubled in volume and get lots of air in there. I'm going to make some noise now, Doug.
Give her.
Cover your ears. Now that I've been whipping my eggs and sugar for about 4 minutes, they've basically doubled in volume. I'm slowly, and I say again, I'm slowly, because you don't want chocolate on your face, going to turn on my mixer on low, slowly add my chocolate until it's all in. Now that I've incorporated my melted chocolate, I'm going to mix my cornstarch. And I hate working with cornstarch because it is, what did I say earlier, Doug?
It sort of just makes a mess and it kind of explodes everywhere all the time.
And then I always end up having like white fingerprints on everything. But you need to mix the cornstarch with your good quality cocoa because I think it's sort of like makes it airy or makes it combine better. Anyways, so there we go. Turn this on again, slowly add it, and we're basically just going to mix it until all incorporated. Then we're going to pour it into our pan. All right, I have it all mixed. I have a 9x13 pan. I've sprayed it down and I have parchment. The original recipe calls for an 8x8, so a lot smaller than this pan, but I always like to double my baking recipes. Isn't that right, Doug?
Yes. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. We like to share with our friends and our neighbors. So, into my pan I go. Do you want me to save the spatula and the bowl for you, Doug, to lick?
Oh my.
That was always my favorite thing as a kid, was when I got to lick the bowl.
Well, you know, if our daughter was around, that would definitely be her thing. But I think I'll wait till the brownies come out of the oven.
All right. I was going to say the original recipe also calls for vanilla, but of course, when I went to grab vanilla this morning, it was all gone, empty bottle, left in the cupboard, courtesy of who? Probably our daughter and her last baking experiment. I'm not done yet. I'm just going to smooth this out, and then comes a really fun part. So what I do is I just pour some tahini right on top of the batter, and we're going to make like a fun little design on top of our brownies before we put them in the oven. I mean, I could write your name, Doug, if you really wanted me to.
That's all right. Let's just go with some abstract, beautiful design work.
Abstract, beautiful design. I'm gonna just sort of do, they're not curly cues, they're like hearts. I remember back in the old days when I would like do my dessert plates and I put my coulis around and then I'd take my knife and then I'd make it look like little hearts for people. Isn't that fascinating, Doug?
It's beautiful. It's just pure artistry.
I know. This is gonna go into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. They're ready to go, and I think we're probably gonna have some for this afternoon, Doug, when the kids come home. Exciting.
Can't wait.
All right, here we go. All right, the brownies are out of the oven. They smell delicious, don't they? I mean, I think you've learned when I did my fruit cake, I don't like to let things cool down because I want to eat them like right now. So I've had this cooling for a few minutes, but I'm gonna just like transfer it to the cutting board and cut a few like warm pieces for you and I, Doug. There we go. All right. I mean, in a perfect world, you let things cool. In the world of Doug and Renee, we like to eat it right away. Look at that, super moist. Oh man, these turned out perfectly. All right, Doug, the brownies are ready. The ice cream is on. I found some stracciatella that I'd made in the freezer that Zoe didn't eat.
Sweet. All right. So this was fun being at home for the first time shooting here. It's a little bit more challenging than we had thought initially, but you know what? I think we can make it work. Hopefully Renee won't kill me at some point because I know I drive her nuts. But the joys of working with your partner.
Yep, the joys.
Right, Bob?
Luckily there's brownies to help.
This is delicious, by the way. These are unbelievable. And it's hard to imagine that these are gluten-free, dairy-free.
Well, they're dairy-free, but we just put ice cream on it.
Well, yeah,
so.
but without the ice cream.
Yeah.
They're excellent. And they're, you know, like, seem pretty easy. I've had them many times before and they seem to be consistent with the results. So, I mean, I think it's worthwhile trying them out. You know, taking a little break from all the healthy living and, you know, spoiling yourself. Treat yourself once in a while, you know?
I mean, we're almost halfway through the month, so.
Still sober, at least.
That's true.
All right, well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Another episode down. I think you guys need to try this and let us know how it goes.
Awesome.
Till the next time.
See ya.
Bye. This is delicious.